Ladies and gentlemen, this is Bart and today I am back outdoors. Today I have come to the surroundings of a place called Arnhem. And here my surroundings are vast stretches of beech forest. Today I'm just going to have a look in the forest and see if there is anything in particular that we can find. Let's go! Ladies and gentlemen, so the kind of forest that I am in today is very special. This forest is an old beech forest. Beech is a relative of oak tree. It is a very common tree in Europe. Beeches can go really tall and really old, and they create this kind of shady area where, as you can see, everything is a little bit shaded and dark because of the trees. But you also have these little patches of sunlight here. See the sunlight? And beech forests are very special. See that? They're usually very dense, but with open sunny spaces. And today we are in the habitat of a moth species that feeds on beech tree, the tau emperor, Aglia tau. If you are lucky, this is a wild silk moth species that you can find right here. Unfortunately, we are very late. It's almost June right now. And these moths, they fly from April to May. So our chances of finding one today, honestly, are very small. I don't think it's going to happen. But beech forests, nonetheless, are pretty amazing and pretty interesting. So today I'm just gonna show you around and show you anything we can find. Let's go. There it goes, ladies and gentlemen. I have it. Let me show you what I found. Wow, a wild silk moth. In my country there are only 2 species of Saturnidae. And this is one of them. It is the tau emperor, or Aglia tau, a beautiful orange moth with bright eye spots. Unfortunately, this specimen is very faded and old, because we are at the end of their flight season. They are much more colorful when they are fresh. The habitat of this species is beech forest. They also have many host plants such as elderberry, cherry, willow, but one of their main host plants is of course beech. They tend to fly through the forest rapidly, zigzagging, especially if there is sunlight. They are a day-flying species that loves sunlight. Wow, look at this little body and cute little face. Aglia tau in its wild habitat. Amazing. Now what did I tell you, ladies and gentlemen? Now what did I tell you? I told you that this was the habitat of Aglia tau, the tau emperor moth. And I just showed you one. It's very late in their flight season, but spring has been extremely cold. So I think that's why they have been delayed this year. Finding specimens of them in June is very, very, very late. In a few days' time it's going to be June, so I'm surprised I even found one today. But we did. And this is one of the only 2 species of Saturnids, silk moths, that live in my country. The second one is called Saturnia pavonia, the small emperor moth. But I'm going to show you that one in another episode, because the small emperor moth and the tau emperor have a completely different habitat. The caterpillar of the tau emperor, by the way, is really cool. It has these spines on its back. It's a really big caterpillar. So I want you guys to take a really good look here around me. in this forest, see? This is where you find Tau emperor moths. In spring, in the old beech forest. Let's continue. Beech forest. To me it's special. Beeches tend to create these dark and shady forests, but with gaps between them that create sunspot, where the light breaks through. Beech forest can be really old, as beeches grow up to 300 years of age in some cases. Beech forest is a special place for insects, and in old beech forest you can find cool species, such as many types of cerambycid beetles, and in some parts of Europe the Tau emperor moth, Aglia tau, can be found in these forests. In the Netherlands this is a common type of forest. One thing that you'll commonly find in beech forests are caterpillars. This one is hanging by a silk thread. And it appears to be hanging from the beech trees here. There's many types of caterpillars who feed on this type of vegetation, as you can see. Let's see what this one is. Ah, I recognize this one. This caterpillar, if I'm not mistaken, is the caterpillar of Eranis defoliaria, the mottled umber moth. Interestingly, the females have reduced wings and are flightless. The males, however, can fly. These moths fly in December, interestingly, when temperatures are sometimes around the freezing point and are very cold hardy. And here we encounter Ragium mordax, the black-spotted longhorn beetle. Larvae develop in many types of hardwood trees. A typical forest species, eggs are laid in rotten wood and larvae take 2 years to develop. Hey guys, would you swipe right on me? I would certainly swipe right on this one. Because this is a tinder fungus. Yes, the original tinder fungus. Fomes fomentarius. And this one has a particularly huge fruiting body. As far as I know, they're not edible, but they are found on a variety of hardwoods. Particularly this dying old tree here. Impressive, man. Correct me if I'm wrong, this is a difficult one, but I believe this could be Iodis lacteraria, the little emerald. I know little about geometric moths, however, they are not my specialism.
Heel cool uit hoor.
Dat niet.
Een aanslag.
Oké, snel. Okay. So a few moments ago we were in a very dense forest. But let me show you over here. I have an open field. Yep, ladies and gentlemen, from dense forest to an open field. Talk about diversity. Remember the Cincedela sand beetles that I showed before? This is Cincedela campestris, the green tiger beetle. These beetles are predators that can catch anything that moves. They are fast and have pretty strong jaws. Adults are sun-loving. They live in places with dry soils, sandy or chalky, mostly between May and October. Like other tiger beetles, they run very fast on their long legs and are most often seen on bare ground. Here they are fast enough to catch flies, ants, spiders and any other unfortunate insect they encounter. Last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, I release all the insects I capture in these videos. They are never being harmed. Bye bye. I also found Carabas violaceus, the violet ground beetle. Unfortunately, this specimen seemed to be on the verge of death and not very responsive. I found it in the middle of the road. My guess is that somebody may have stepped on it. While it makes me sad that this beetle appears to be sick and may die soon, it does give me the opportunity to examine it closely. Usually they are difficult to handle. They are predators of snails and worms, but also other insects. Their body has a nice purple edge around it. Ah, we meet an old friend today. Aglia is Io, the peacock butterfly. Very, very common. Mag nog niet weg, ja. Alright guys, I found something interesting here in the bushes. Once again, let me show you a close-up. I think it's a juvenile sand lizard, Lacerta agilis. The Netherlands has 4 species of lizard. Did you know? The sand lizard is the one I encounter the most commonly. Males are bright green, but it seems to be a juvenile. Lizards are not very rare in the Netherlands, but most of the time you do have to go into the forest to see them. In my country this species is restricted to heathlands and sand dunes. Zoom in overvechting gewoon. Ik snap er niks van. I think this is a dead caterpillar of an oak egger, Laosiocampa quercus, but it's dead and a little bit dried out, so it's harder for me to tell. I hope I am not mistaken. Anyway, ants appear to be feasting on its insides. Thanks for watching the video. Turns out this forest is popular with loggers too. Let's pray that this level of tree cutting is sustainable. Although I have my doubts, who knows, I love to be proven wrong. That sure is a lot of wood being harvested though. Bye bye everyone, it was the end. Time to go back home. Hey, do you like my show? Support me on Patreon or consider donating to my channel if you like. My channel is demonetized by YouTube. YouTube doesn't pay me a single cent. I'm dependent on donations to make my videos. I also spend a lot of money on bus tickets and train tickets for this type of content. Sorry for the internet begging, it's the only way I can financially support the show.